Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pop Culture Podcast, episode 63. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here after a short hiatus to talk about some comic books, TV, movies, and beer. I definitely need the beer, and then I actually kind of want to tell everybody about why we've been on such hiatus.
Yeah. No, that's good.
The beer we got is the Emerald City Comicon 2016 beer, and it is the Fremont Brewery's Dark Heron.
You have not had this yet,
I have
right?
not. Have you?
I have not.
Okay, so we're going to go to the launch party, and then Jay and I got the date wrong. We didn't go, so I felt a little guilty about that, so we got the beer. I hope it's good, because the bottle work is bad.
Is it bad that part of me hopes it's not good?
Look at 2013. Yeah, 2013, we had American Brewing's Flying Monkey.
And it was good.
That was
I enjoyed
great.
it.
2015, we had the Nikasi Big Bot, which is the glass you have.
Right, which I enjoyed immensely.
Well, you better, because that was like,
I know.
I crafted that beer,
yeah.
so that was a good beer. And now we're going to try the Fremont one. So far they have a good history. The problem, however, though, is Flying Monkey, Pale Ale. Big Bot was an Imperial Pale, and then this is another Pale Ale.
They need to branch out.
They need to branch out.
And I understand why they're going with those ones, because they tend to be fairly middle of the road. You get a lot of people that enjoy those, but maybe do two next year. Maybe do an IPA or a pale, and then maybe do a stout. Maybe do a red. I don't know.
So before some background information, before we sold Emerald City, we were talking about, me and the Nikasi guys, about when we did the 2015 Big Bot, 2016 teaming up to do a porter.
I would have loved that.
Yeah, so...
Can you and I just can we do a popping culture beer?
Yeah, you want me to contact Nikasi guys and see if we can do our own
popping culture
beer?
porter?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right.
So we'll try this, and we'll talk about what's been going on in our 2-week hiatus.
Okay.
Cheers. It's light.
It's light, but it's also very hoppy.
It's hoppy, and it's very grapefruit.
Vanilla notes? Do I get vanilla notes in there? Does it say?
I like it. I think it's nice. I think it's drinkable.
It's all right. It's not.
But you don't love IPAs.
I don't.
Also, this is the first beer I've had. Actually, this is the first alcoholic beverage I've had in 3 weeks.
Since we last recorded?
Yeah, that was the last I had.
Wow.
So we'll see how well this one hits me, since I really didn't have a big dinner. Made with, Mosaic and Chinook hops. All right. So there you go. Dare to be different. Fremont Brewing.
It's all right.
So, for those of you who didn't catch the Shot of Culture, why don't you tell everybody about your hiatus, and we'll talk about mine and get into some TV.
So I was out. I had 2.5 weeks ago now. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
2.5. Dang, it's actually going quick. I had knee surgery. I had a long-standing knee injury from my junior high days, if that tells you anything.
When you first fell in love with Degrassi. I'm guessing here.
No, I didn't. I didn't even really watch Degrassi until like 6 months ago.
Okay.
Like I'd seen an episode here and there, but so yeah, I finally am at a place where I could get that fixed with the insurance I have now. So I got that done. So I was off work for a week, which I mentioned in my Shot of Culture. So I did nothing but watch TV and movies, and I watched a lot of shit that I talked about. If you want to see what I watched, you can go watch that Shot of Culture. It's up there. It's only like, I don't know, 10 minutes long. So that was me. And yourself?
So I
yours is a little bit more entertaining story than mine.
Mine is a little bit more dramatic, too.
Well, yeah.
So I had a trade show in Vegas.
Yeah.
We got there on Sunday. I started to feel not so great come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I assumed the hotel is filled with smoke.
Okay.
The convention, or trade show convention, was in the Bally's Hotel.
Okay.
Full of smoke.
Sure.
So even though the room was non-smoking, you could tell. So I assumed that was what was going wrong with me.
Right.
So we were there till Tuesday, and we drove to Anaheim to go to take a small break and go to Disneyland. We were in Disneyland 2 hours until I had to stop. Like, I just had to stop. I was sweating. I had a hard time standing up. And I thought it was the heat. I'm a big guy. I live in Washington. I hate the heat, and I hate the sun.
Yeah.
And I hadn't eaten well since I left days ago. I've been living on In-N-Out and the shitty food places in Vegas. Like, with that said, in a bit of a tangent, if you're ever in Vegas, go to the Caesar's Palace. There's a restaurant called Serendipity. Order the chicken with bacon waffles.
I'm sorry. What?
So, first off, they make waffles, and they're nice, big Belgian size.
Okay.
With thick cut bacon. They chop into pieces and bake it into the batter.
I'm in.
Not just like bacon bits. I mean, like, it is sizable pieces of bacon.
Okay.
And they just serve it to you with really good, like, chicken strips, fried chicken, and these really nice spicy potatoes.
Okay.
And it is glorious.
Well, if I'm ever down that way, I will check that out.
I don't love Vegas. If I had a stopover, I would make sure I got those chicken and waffles.
Okay.
So I've been eating like that. So I'm like, all right, so clearly maybe my body's just like, all right, you need to stop with these shenanigans. So my wife and I go for a dinner, and not dinner, a lunch. The restroom's on the second story. So I start walking up the stairs, and I black out.
Oh, snap.
So I fall to my knees, try to catch my breath. I'm like, okay, I'm halfway there, keep going, pass out again. And all right, so we go to the ER. I had pneumonia. For those of you who don't know, that pneumonia is really bad. Like, you have to have it treated, otherwise it just gets progressively worse. I had pneumonia to the point where the doctor told me I would have died. That it was so progressed, it was fatal.
Wow.
So after being hospitalized on my vacation, I've been on antibiotics, slowly recuperating. Even now, I know I'm not better. Like, as I'm talking, I'm now getting winded.
Okay.
Like, I'm having a hard time keeping my breath. So I haven't been able to drink. Haven't been able to really do anything because walking upstairs and I'm done.
That's not even a life right there.
Can't
drink.
So that was my hiatus.
Okay.
A lot of good times.
And now we're back, and you have a drink in hand.
I have a drink in hand.
Building that tolerance back.
That's right. Emerald City Comicon is next week.
Absolutely.
I have to get ready. I have a week to get healthy lungs so I don't get the con cough, and my alcohol beverage intake back up because Frugal Brutal's coming to town.
Yeah, he is.
Who will be joining us on our podcast next week.
I was wondering about that. I figured he'd be here.
He would be.
All right.
So I got to get there.
We're going to have to make this table bigger.
It's got a leaf and extensions and everything. We'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
Science of some sort. Or
Science.
turn it and put somebody at
So
three-way. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
But since we've been gone for a couple weeks, there's a lot of TV we've been watching. There's a lot of movies we've seen, as Jane mentioned. So we're kind of going to touch on a couple things, kind of make it more, I don't want to say a sporadic episode than usual, but a little bit more.
It's a 20,000-foot view episode.
There you go. So I'll let you start with some TV.
Okay, so in addition to all the stuff that I talked about on my mini cast last week, in the last week I've been watching Flash and Arrow. I have not watched this week's episodes, but I watched last week's episodes.
Okay.
Caught up on Gotham.
Oof.
I know you don't like Gotham. I'm still enjoying it. I've fallen behind on Walking Dead because of the computer incidents.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing. I talked about this in my chart culture last week. My laptop got some water on it. Took a dive. So I've been using my work laptop, which I can't torrent on. So there's that.
Do you want to download some things before you go?
No, I've started using the wife's computer.
Okay.
But yeah. We're watching the Daredevil season 2.
Okay.
We're through 10 of the 13 episodes. So not quite done yet, but I've really been enjoying that. Have you started that yet?
I haven't. I liked season 1 well enough. It didn't hit me the way it seems to hit everyone else.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was good. It was fine. But we've been watching other shows.
Sure.
And it's one of those shows where when the seasons are over, we will binge on it. But right now, we don't have that compulsion.
Right.
So I did want to ask you, season 2, better than season 1?
I would say there's definitely parts that are better than season 1.
Okay.
John Barenthal as Punisher is really good. And in episode 4, I think it is, he gives this monologue that was probably one of my favorite parts of the entire show so far. Just really well done. And I'm like, he was a very good choice for that role.
Okay.
So there's that. I watched the first season of Sopranos.
Oh, that's right. You've never seen it.
No. So I got to the point where I started that now. So I'm all the way through the first season. I'm enjoying it.
It's on Amazon Prime, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have the only show that I have on Netflix right now is Sherlock, which I also watched the first season of, and I don't fucking get it.
The obsession with it?
No. I'm watching. I'm like, so first of all, the episodes are an hour and a half each.
But there's only 3 of them.
There's 3 per series. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now there's like 4 series that are out or something like that. So I'm a quarter of the way done. But I'm like 2/3 of the way done with the first episode. I'm like, I don't fucking get this. Like, I don't know why people love this so much. But damn it, I started it now. So
It's
now
the
I have
same
to
as
keep
Doctor
going.
Who for me. Like,
I
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So yeah, so that's all that's left on my Netflix queue. So I'm on my Amazon Prime now. So first season of Sopranos done.
Okay.
Enjoying that. I'd watched the first episode of Boardwalk Empire a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying not to go all the way through a whole show now. I'll do like a seasonal show and then switch to something else,
Okay.
just to try to get through more things, which doesn't really make sense because it's the same amount of time. But
I get what you're saying with it, though.
So I finished Sopranos. I went back to Boardwalk Empire, and damn it if Jessica didn't hear it one day and was like, "This sounds interesting. I want to watch."
Oh, no.
So now I lost that show.
No.
So I got through the 5th episode. Now I have to wait for her. What else do I have on here? Oh, I started watching Girls yesterday.
The Leah Dunham show?
The Lena Dunham show, yeah.
Okay.
HBO. It's really fucking good. Like, it was one of those things where, it was a hyped show. So I'm like, I'll check it out and see what it's like. The characterization is really good. Like, I'm like, yeah, no, that's somebody that I would meet in real life. It's not an over the top, like, you know, the most blown out version of that character we can come up with.
See, the problem, I don't seem to like her. Every time I feel like I read an article about her or see her in interviews, she just annoys the shit out of me.
And I don't even care so much about her, but the characters are good. So it's like, like if you were to watch a show like How I Met Your Mother,
Okay.
right? You're seeing the most emphasized version of each of those character stereotypes that you can get.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas on Girls, I'm like, no, I totally work with a girl that's just like that, or like that guy. Like, I've run into that guy before. So it's definitely more of like a real world level character, and that's kind of what I'm liking about it.
Now, is this on Amazon?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
The first 2 seasons are on Amazon Prime. The 5th season premiered on HBO last month.
So it'll take some time.
Yeah, so 3 and 4 aren't on streaming yet, so I gotta figure that out. But,
They're on torrents.
yeah, when I get to there.
Netflix disc.
Yeah.
Oh, are you canceling your Netflix disc
No,
now?
no, I still have that. But so yeah, that's it for me for TV.
Okay, there is some TV I'll go over briefly, and there's something I want to talk to you about.
Uh-huh.
So on top of all the shows I've been watching, and if you've been listening, you know I watch Fresh Off the Boat,
Sure.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Uh-huh.
Flash, all the other shows. Some of the new ones I've picked into are 11/22/63.
Okay, the Hulu show.
The
with James
Hulu
Franco.
show. Yeah, based off of the Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
There's 1 episode left in season 1, or
Okay.
I don't know if it also finishes the book, so
Okay.
I didn't dig too deep into it because I don't want to know. But I have been really, really enjoying it.
Okay.
Another new show I've caught up on, I'm not sure how much I like it, is called The Real O'Neills. It's an ABC Family
Uh-huh.
show. It's about this Catholic family where in the first episode you find out they're not as perfect as the mom wants them to be.
Well, of course.
The youngest son comes out of the closet. The daughter is a thief. The older brother has anorexia. And it turns out the mom and dad are getting a divorce.
Okay.
I
Sounds
seen
like
the,
a real Catholic family.
Sounds like a Catholic family, and it's the whole Catholic stereotype. They're trying to get good eyes in front of the church, and the mom wants the bishop to write a letter of recommendation for the son. I've seen a lot of commercials for it. It just doesn't strike me as funny. But Martha Plimpton plays the mom, who was also the mom on Raising Hope.
Okay, which you love.
Which I love. So I'm like, all right, I like her. I'll watch it. We watched the first 5 now. It's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just fine.
But now that you started, you have to keep watching.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks, right?
Same way I feel about the show Damien. I love The Omen. I love horror movies.
Oh, yeah, they turned this into a show.
They did. They turned it into a show. I watched the first episode, and once again, it's fine. It definitely only acknowledges the first Omen movie.
Okay.
Because in the second movie, he's older. The third movie, he's older. In the fourth movie, he's older than he is in this TV show.
Okay.
So they obviously can't acknowledge that. Because the path he goes down is... It's actually... As he gets older, he's played by Sam Neill.
Sure.
And he becomes a politician and all this stuff. Well, in this, he's a photographer and doesn't know who he is.
Okay.
Whereas in the movies, he's aware. Again, it's just fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It just is.
Okay.
Out of the new shows that's really sucked me in is the American Crime Story, the O.J. Simpson.
I still haven't started that one yet.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Really, really like that. One other thing I'm thinking about doing is this weekend. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Now, I've invited you over for WrestleMania on Sunday.
Right.
However, WrestleMania, I was not aware that it is grown to what it's grown to.
How so?
I didn't realize that there's over 120,000 people in attendance. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't realize it is like a weekend-long extravaganza.
I was also not aware of that.
So Friday night is something they call NXT, which
Okay.
is their minor leagues, their developmental league.
Yeah.
That's their big thing. Saturday is the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Sunday is WrestleMania, which is 5 hours.
Is it really 5 hours?
It is
Oh my
5 hours.
God. It is so much sports entertainment.
Yeah. So I'm a little intrigued by it. You get the first month of the WWE Network for free, so it's not going to cost you to watch it.
Okay.
The thing I'm intrigued by, though, is as I'm debating this and looking into wrestling and WrestleMania and pro wrestling, is how huge it is.
Yeah.
Like, I did not realize it's the number one trending thing on Twitter.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
realize, during, their pay-per-views and during, the Raw on Monday, it's the number one trending thing on Twitter. I didn't realize their app has more downloads than ESPN and ABC.
No.
I didn't realize their rating is the highest rated show on Monday nights.
I didn't know any of that either.
Did not know that. Because I remember that from the 90s.
Right, the Attitude Era, where that was all anybody cared about was WWE.
Apparently, that never left.
Wow.
Because it came to Seattle, and I was all like, oh, it might be kind of funny to go. In fact, I asked you about it.
Yeah.
And the tickets were kind of expensive. I was like, no thanks. It's not worth it for me.
Right.
But it sells out. It sold out at 60-some thousand people just
That
here
is-
in Seattle. Not
that
even
is
a
so
special
crazy.
event. So now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Are you in? Are you?
I'm doing WrestleMania weekend.
Oh.
I can't leave the house for long periods of time anyway.
Right.
I'm going to be here. I'm going to do all of WrestleMania weekend. I'm doing it the Friday. I'm doing the Saturday. I'm doing the Sunday.
I'm gonna show up on Sunday, and there's just gonna be empty pizza boxes and shit bags everywhere.
I'm going to cut up a t-shirt. I'm going to put on Ultimate Warrior face
You're just gonna be
paint.
yelling "sharpshooter" for no reason.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm in for, I kind of just want to immerse myself in it. Because a friend of mine's a promoter, so he's been telling me a lot of stuff that's going on.
Okay.
Because we like to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's it. I'm going whole hog. I'm going in. All WrestleMania weekend. I'm doing it.
Okay. That's you. I'll show up for the main event.
Show up for the main event. The thing I want to talk to you about is the Supergirl Flash crossover.
I didn't watch it.
I texted you.
I know.
You were going to watch
So-
it that night.
So here's the problem. So I don't have cable anymore. So
It's on Plex. Don't give me that.
but therein lies the problem. My Plex server
Oh.
was my laptop.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So and actually this leads to a really funny story. So slight tangent, sorry. So I haven't had Plex for 2.5 weeks because it was the day of my surgery or the day after that I broke my laptop. And I was gonna put Plex on Jess's laptop, but hers is from 2009 and does not have the minimum requirements to run a Plex server. So I just didn't have it for a while, and
Okay.
I could have downloaded it, but
Or you could have gone to CBS.com and watched it.
on what, on her laptop?
Or your work computer.
Yeah, but it's one of the shows we watch
No,
together.
I get it. I
Anyways,
totally get it.
So, so I've been toying around with the idea of building an HTPC dedicated to just this sort of thing, which I have a really cool one designed that I'm gonna do once I have money. But 2 days ago, I'm like, I have an old first-gen Apple TV sitting in a closet somewhere. It's got a hard drive in it. It's got a processor. It connects to the internet. I wonder if I could turn that into a makeshift HTPC.
And?
Oh, it's now running a full distro of Linux with what's called Kodi on it, which I don't know if you're familiar with XBMC.
Nope.
Okay, so XBMC was a media center app that was designed for the original Xbox, and it's kind of just turned into its own standalone thing.
Yes. Okay, I do know.
Okay.
Yeah, the KMPC codec, I think is what they...
Yeah.
Yep.
So now they've renamed it to Kodi. So
Okay.
there is now at least 2 specific versions of Linux designed just to turning into either an Apple TV first gen or a Raspberry Pi into a Linux media server.
There you go.
So I got that running yesterday, and we were able to watch one of the episodes, but we were behind by 3. She got home much later than she was expecting. So that's why I said I was going to watch it and did not.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
But now I'm also proud that I hacked an Apple TV first gen into a media server.
The FBI just hacked into iPhones, so
Yeah, fuck that.
you're right there with them. I will touch on it briefly
No,
then.
go ahead. And I'm not worried about spoilers or anything like that.
I don't have a lot of spoilers to say. Because I don't watch the show regularly,
Right.
Supergirl. It was really fun to watch them together.
Okay.
And their interaction was really nice. And it was.
And they've worked together before. Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist.
Okay.
They were both on Glee together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so they have experience working together.
And-
So I'm sure that translated really
And they
well
had
to this.
great on-screne chemistry. It was really fun to watch them together. I was watching them funny, like the jokes, watching them race. It was the Supergirl side of things. I was like, Livewire looks horrible.
Yeah, she's been in this before, and she is terrible.
Silver Banshee, they introduced her, and she
Okay.
also does not look great.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of aspects of Supergirl. I'm like, I don't like it.
Okay.
Like Supergirl, but seeing them together for me was a lot of fun.
See, and I still really enjoy the
I
Supergirl
don't know.
TV show. So
And it's possible, that if I were to watch it, like as soon as I saw Lucy Lane was one of the military people, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, come on. So
well, but that's true to comics.
I'm not saying it's not,
Okay.
but like there's Smallville in me. They're throwing everything they can, try to make it work, changing continuity just to have names, and I feel like I'm watching Smallville. And if
Okay.
that was the case, I would just rather watch Smallville.
Up to season 4. Yeah.
Sure, and then come back for season 10 just to watch it end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about some movies.
Okay.
I've watched a bunch.
Since I did my shot of culture, I've only watched 2.
Okay, what did you watch? What are your 2?
Fantastic Four. The one from the one from like last year, the year before, whatever
Yeah,
that
I
was.
also watched a movie with Miles Teller, the guy who plays Reed Richards.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I really actually did enjoy this movie up until the final fight scene. So it's an hour and a half movie. I like the first hour and 22 minutes of it.
Okay, you enjoyed the part where Reed made a suit out of springs to keep them together? In the fact that Sue never even went to the other planet? Or that they thought it was a great idea to go drunk, and that's how it all happened?
So obviously I thought the drunk thing was not, like, I was like, okay, well, that's stupid. But I thought it worked with the movie.
Okay.
I thought it fit the tone of the movie fine. But I had the biggest criticism I've heard about this movie since it came out was that it's like they made this entire movie, edited it, and then realized they forgot to actually have a final fight scene, and they tacked it on at the end.
Which is very fair. That is how it feels.
Yeah. So other than that part of it, I thought it was a decent, enjoyable movie.
Okay. I'm now very curious when we talk about BVS together about your thoughts on it.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
So some of the movies I watched, I'll name them off. I'm only going to touch on 1 or 2. Is Amy, 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Spectacular Now, The Good Dinosaur, and Batman vs. Superman.
Sure. Which is obviously my second movie I watched.
Right, which we'll talk about. I didn't finish Amy.
Okay, what is... I don't even know.
Amy is a documentary on Amy Winehouse, the award-winning documentary.
Okay.
I like Amy Winehouse's music.
Yeah.
I'm super intrigued by everything that happened to her in her decline. My God, was that the most boring documentary I ever watched. In fact, I watched this morning a 2-hour-long documentary on specifically Kennedy, just with the Bay of Pigs and his Cuban interaction.
Okay.
Was more intrigued by that than Amy.
That's terrible.
And in Amy, I think you see her boobs. And I still rather listen to a bunch of old dudes talk about Kennedy.
Okay.
The other movie, really fast, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I never saw the original Cloverfield. I know it's not a direct sequel, but it's in the same universe.
It's not. And
Okay.
it so bothers me. So I went and saw 10 Cloverfield Lane opening day.
Okay.
I love horror movies. I love monster movies. I didn't love the first Cloverfield because I don't like shaky cam found footage.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
But I enjoyed the concept. I enjoyed that they were trying to make an American Godzilla franchise, like all this kind of stuff. And when Cloverfield came out, that's what they said. They're trying to make an American Godzilla franchise. There's going to be more movies. Like, this is just the introduction. So when 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, I assumed it was going to be either a prequel or a sequel. To which it was neither.
Oh, I thought it rested alongside the other one.
So the first one was all about a huge creature that came from space, sure, but Godzilla size and destroyed fucking New York.
Okay. So Galactus?
Less pink.
Okay.
In 10 Cloverfield Lane, they don't escape the bunker until there's 10 minutes left in the movie.
Okay.
So we're in the bunker for 90 minutes. And not to say it wasn't good. It was good. But it was getting to the point where I was like, can we please see a fucking monster? But there's no monster. When she escapes, she gets attacked by a flying ship that disperses a dog that was a metallic dog that kind of changed form, like liquid metal.
Okay.
And that was it.
Oh.
And then she ends up going to Houston where there's other survivors looking to fight. And that was the end of the movie. I don't understand the correlation.
No, that doesn't sound like...
So this is why I want to bring up 10 Cloverfield Lane. In its own movie, if that was called 10 Adams Lane, 10
Sure.
something else Lane, would have loved it. But since it was a Cloverfield movie, I expected a fucking Cloverfield monster or some association.
Right, you would think.
And then you listen to J.J. Abrams and a director talk about it. They're like, well, it's kind of a distant cousin. It does and it isn't and this and that. You know what? Fuck you. If you name the movie the same title, then it needs to be based off of that movie. Don't tell me all this side ancillary information that you said in interviews that I need to know before I go see your fucking movie.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
that's not how this works.
No.
I shouldn't have. In fact, I don't want to listen to interviews before movies. I like interviews after movies, once I've seen it.
Right.
So in that aspect, I was really annoyed with it.
Okay.
John Goodman did a fucking amazing job, though.
Yeah, I heard he was really good in the movie, so...
He was dynamite.
Okay.
Spectacular Now was spectacularly boring.
Sure.
And The Good Dinosaur was The Lion King, but with dinosaurs.
Okay. I get that. I saw the trailer. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was still fun. Like, I enjoyed watching it. We just sat at home, had a cupcake, watched The Good Dinosaur. It was fun.
Okay.
Now, Batman vs. Superman.
Uh-huh. Best movie of the year?
Is that your final thought?
God, no.
Okay, so
But
before
I am... Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
before we say anything, I will say this. I went with a group of 3, 4, 5 guys. 6, including me.
Okay.
Out of the 6, I was the only one who didn't say that was a good movie. I said, it was fine.
Okay. I do not think this movie deserves the 30% Rotten Tomatoes score that it has now.
From the critics.
Yes.
The audience gives it a 72.
Sure. I am probably about in that range.
Okay.
I don't know that I would go much higher, but I probably wouldn't go much lower either.
I think that's totally fair.
Solid C, maybe a C plus on a good day.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't understand the critics' negativity. I really don't. Like,
No.
they are breaking it down much worse than it should be. There were a lot of problems with it, not that many problems. A couple of things I did not like. Lex Luthor.
No.
I thought Lex was horrible In fact, paint his face white, give him green hair. He was more of a Joker than a Lex Luthor.
So, have you heard the theory that this is actually not Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor's son? Which doesn't really exist in the comics, yes. But
so, like,
does that change your opinion at all?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. That'll go back to my other thing. You called him Lex Luthor. Give me fucking Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like in the Suicide Squad movie, that's the Joker, and it turns out to be Jason Todd. But they don't tell me till 4 movies later. Go fuck yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So if this turns out to be not Lex Luthor, but a different Lex Luthor, then...
What if it's Alexander Luthor from Earth 3?
Still, I don't know why you're behaving this way.
Okay.
Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why you're acting like the Joker.
Okay.
So Lex really bothered me.
Okay. And I don't disagree with that at all.
No, yeah. No. And most people won't. I understand that this was a darker, grittier Batman. That fucker loved to kill people and use guns.
Did he ever... Okay, so...
The Batmobile, he literally unleashed Gatling guns on people and killed them.
Okay, that's true.
And the Batplane had Gatling guns and killed people.
No, that's true. Yeah, I was trying to think. Obviously, I knew he had the gun that shot the kryptonite, but that wasn't a real gun. So I was trying to.
He also had the gun with the tracker, but he did.
You're right. There was actual live ammunition.
Oh yeah, and I understand. Not only that, but like he would attach the cable with the Batmobile and kill those guys. Like the way he damaged those cars, like very clearly, he drove through a person. Like he's killing people.
Right.
Which is my same argument with Man of Steel. That to me wasn't Superman. This to me is not Batman.
Okay.
But that is a more minor problem. I can be like, but I can set that aside and come to terms with it's Frank Miller, and that's fine because that's how he behaved in that.
Right.
Just overall, I felt the story was just.
So for me, I think So my first thing about the movie once it was finally over was, why the fuck did I have 8 ending scenes?
Yes.
They could have definitely cut that down to like 3. I didn't need you to keep jumping back and forth between the public funeral, the private funeral, Lex Luthor. Like, just give me a long scene of each and close it, whatever. But my next thought was, this would have been probably 20% better if I'd had a solo Batman movie and a solo Wonder Woman movie prior to this. Because I didn't feel like I got anything from either of those characters because we hadn't seen them before.
Right. Like, the question remains, why was the Wayne Manor burnt down and Bruce sleeping in a whole different...
Right.
Like, no clue.
Yeah, none of that. So, and I think that's one of the things that Marvel did fairly well with their franchises. They gave you the solo movies of the people that were in the Avengers before you had the Avengers coming together to do something.
Sure.
So, yeah, I know you're building up to a Justice League movie in a couple years, but I think maybe this should have happened right before the Justice League movie, not before the Batman or the Wonder Woman movies.
Right. Okay.
So and that goes to the thing, like, everyone's like, is Ben Affleck going to be a good Batman? I don't fucking know, because I don't feel like I saw enough of Batman to be able to tell if he was a good Batman.
I don't know if I would want 3 movies of this Batman.
No?
No. Like, I don't know why I say that. Like, as I said, I don't have a really solid reasoning. I don't know if I would want 3 movies of this Batman.
Okay.
With that said, I didn't like the Nolan trilogy either.
Right, you didn't. No.
I didn't.
Yeah. So you're saying bring Michael Keaton back?
Oh, yeah.
I was actually just listening to an interview with Adam West on my way here. I'm like, can I get that guy back?
Oh, yeah, please.
Can we do a Batman Beyond movie with him as old Batman?
When's the last time we saw Batman dance, people? Bring back the Bat Tootsie.
George Clooney, actually.
Did he dance? I don't remember if he danced.
I'm pretty sure when he was under the influence of Poison Ivy.
Okay, maybe.
At some point.
Maybe. Really fast on Batman for a minute before I forget. The one thing I don't get is the critics who watched the movie but are just saying such stupid asinine things. Like the opening scene where the bats take him out of the cave.
That scene was a little weird.
But it was not real. Like
No, it was a dream, yeah.
Right, but people are like, well, how is that even possible? Like, fuckers, did you not listen to the dream portion of it?
Is every one of your dreams hyper realistic?
So a lot of things that people are complaining about, I'm all like, I don't understand your complaint. If you watched the movie, that makes no sense to me. So I feel like people wanted to give it a bad review just to give it a bad review.
So on my scale, I'm saying like C plus. I probably won't go see it in the theater again, but when it comes out on video, I'll see it again.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't agree with most of the complaints. So
No, and I'm sitting there right there with you.
okay.
Speaking about a lot of complaints, let's get into some comic book stuff with Rebirth.
Okay.
So
you did you watch the live stream?
I did. I watched all 127 minutes of it.
So I was at work, so I didn't get to watch it.
Was it Saturday? Saturday morning, 11 o'clock when we were texting.
I feel like I was at work. Maybe I just didn't care enough. Anyways.
So you didn't care enough.
So yeah, most of what I know about this is just from what you texted me during that day.
Okay.
So I don't know all the full details.
Obviously, I don't have time to go over the full details. It's 127 minutes, and we just don't have that time, and I don't have that kind of memory. I specifically did not write down my Rebirth notes to bring with me because I wanted to discuss just what I remembered.
Sure.
Because obviously, to me, that's what's most impactful.
Yeah.
I'll talk about some things that I know you'll care about.
Yeah.
They're bringing Supergirl back.
Yeah, they are.
She's back in her skirt.
Uh-huh.
She's back to being a little bit younger.
Fantastic.
So the whole premise of Supergirl is she's here, she's on Earth, but obviously she wasn't born here, and like Kal-El, she wasn't a baby here.
Right.
She came in her teenage years.
Which is the element of Supergirl that I appreciate the most.
So the whole first arc is her coming to terms with, does she even like it here?
Okay.
Or does she want to go back? Her father, Cyborg Superman. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're keeping the dad as Cyborg Superman.
Okay.
Essentially comes to her and is like, I can take you back to Krypton if you want to.
There is no. Okay.
Don't know what he's
Sure.
talking about.
Sure.
Don't know what it is. That's the premise of the first series.
Okay.
We know that the Superman after Rebirth will be the pre-Flashpoint Superman.
Now is it? I heard that both of them were still going to be there, the pre and post.
All I heard them kept talking about was the pre.
Okay.
So maybe, but
Okay.
from what I heard them talking about was only that it's the pre-Flashpoint Superman.
Okay.
So that means he's coming, married to Lois, and they have their son Jonathan.
Okay.
And Jonathan's
going to be in his own book.
with Damian called Super Sons. So it's the son of Batman, son of Superman teaming up together.
Worst fucking book of the entire life.
So if you read Superman, Lois and Clark, the book that's out now, he just developed powers.
Okay.
In this last issue, he shows you he has powers. And it makes sense because he is the son of Superman.
Right.
He's about, I think he just had his 8th or 9th birthday.
Okay.
So it makes sense that he's starting to show powers.
Yeah.
Batman. Oh, Batman.
I'm scared for the Batman lineup.
So I'm scared for a lot of lineups. I feel like because they're doing Action Comics, Super Sons, Superman, Supergirl, and then Super-Man,
Yeah.
which is the Asian guy.
Right.
Batman, we have Batman, All-Star Batman, Detective Comics. A lot of the books are going bi-monthly, 2 issues a month.
No, and that drives me crazy.
I know that they're lowering every comic book to $2.99,
$2.99.
including the 80-page Rebirth special, so only $2.99.
Right.
I don't know that they're going to keep 2 issues a month going for that long.
They're not going to be able to do it on time.
So every book has 2 different...
And it's an A and a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Terrible.
yeah, I don't love the idea. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't see that actually lasting for too long.
No.
I will mention Batgirl because I think you're going to not like the Batgirl news.
Okay.
She's sticking with the old Burnside costume,
Yeah, no, I saw that.
but she's leaving Burnside.
Right.
She's traveling to Asia to find herself.
You fucking kidding me?
I'm dead serious. However,
Cassandra Cain Batgirl is already in China.
well, no, Cassandra Cain is now in Detective Comics.
Oh.
And she goes by the name Orphan. Like her father.
I still haven't finished Batman and Robin Eternal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, so while she's in Asia finding herself, she'll also be in the Birds of Prey book, which takes place in Gotham, which is Batgirl, Black Canary, Huntress, and Oracle.
Who the fuck is Oracle now?
That's the big question. They haven't announced yet who's Oracle.
It's gonna be Felicity Smoke, isn't it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jay, if it's Felicity, I will lose my fucking shit.
Or, here's a thought though. Maybe. So you've been reading Batman, yeah?
Yeah.
Penny
2?
Yeah.
I'd be fine if it was Penny 2.
I'd be fine with that.
Absolutely fine with Penny 2.
Because that's essentially what she's doing.
Yep, makes complete sense.
If that's it, I'm good.
Yep, makes complete sense to me. Okay. Complete sense.
Okay. Let's cross our fingers for that one.
Some of the other titles that are out, I'm like Constantine. I hope it's going to do well. I don't think it's going to.
I'm not going to read it.
I'm going to get one. I'm going to get the first issue of every one of them.
You would.
Of course I would. Yeah. I did it with the New 52, and there were some books I turned out really enjoying. I didn't think I would because I did that.
My problem is I have issue 1. Now I need issue 2.
I know you do.
Yeah.
And that's actually a problem of mine we're going to discuss here in a moment.
I see that.
Yes. So, like, I hate how it sounds bad, but for me, that's the most important Rebirth stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I get that we're going to find a way to mix the pre-Flashpoint universe and the DCNU together into one cohesive thing, and we're going to try to sort it all out. The end of it, though, is Dick Grayson's coming back as Nightwing.
That's true. And he's in the blue.
Yeah. So, no matter what happens, they did one thing right.
Yeah.
They did one thing right.
Another thing they did wrong is bringing Sam Humphries over.
Oh my God! I blocked that out of my memory until you.
I can't because it's Green Lantern related.
Yeah, so he's writing. So there's 2 Green Lantern books. We're gonna have Green Lanterns, starring Baz and Jessica Cruz, who is Power Ring and now become a Green Lantern, and then we'll have Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps, written by Robert Venditti, who's been writing it this whole time since Jeff Johns left.
Right.
Sam Humphries.
See, I'm fine with it, though, because he's writing the characters I don't care about anyways.
I know. Here's a problem. Sam is such a nice guy, and I like hanging out with him so much. His books are so bad, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They offer writing classes at places. Maybe you should.
Jeff Johns actually has a seminar he teaches for a very select few amount of people. Maybe you can be one.
There we go.
Okay. So let's talk about some comic books.
All right.
I'm going to go over my lists because you're going to make a face and you're going to wonder why there are some things in here that's in here.
Hey, you're going to do the same thing when I tell you what I read.
So let's start with trade paperbacks. Okay. Faster Than Light, Volume 1.
I don't know what that is.
It's the Image book where they go into space. Tomorrow we discover the key to faster than light travel. Our world will never be the same.
Oh, I think I did read the first issue of that, actually.
Yeah, I really quite enjoyed the first issue. That's all I read as well.
Yeah.
It's an AR book, so it interacts with your phone and shows you additional things, which I don't give a shit about.
I read it digitally, so I don't even know that showed up.
But the premise of it's really interesting, and that is we have faster than light travel now, but what most people don't know is it's given to us by aliens.
Yeah, okay,
so
I did read the first issue.
Shit gets weird.
Okay.
Figment, Volume 2, Legacy of Imagination.
Uh-huh.
So those are my 2.
Sure.
Then I got Justice League of America number 8, Lucifer 4, X-Men 92 number 1.
Ooh, I want that to be good, but I don't think it is.
It's not, because the Secret Wars series sucked, and this is written by the same guys.
Yeah.
All New X-Men number 7.
Oh, good. I have some thoughts on that one.
Rick and Morty number 12. Invincible Iron Man 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Oh, you're a little behind on that one?
Daredevil 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
So, why so many Daredevils and Iron Mans?
Because you read an issue 1 you liked and you caught up?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay.
So, some of you may have remembered, I said, I'm going to get the issue 1s to see if I like them from Marvel.
Yeah.
And if I do, I'm going to buy the trade paperbacks.
Oh.
So the first new trade
paperback.
paperback.
Trade paperback.
They're not.
No.
The first new trade paperback came out. It was the Uncanny Inhumans. Okay. Had I bought them in single issue, it would have been $19.99.
Okay.
The trade paperback was $18.99. $1. A fucking dollar cheaper. So I have to wait 8 months to get it to save a fucking $1?
No.
Are you kidding me? Image. Trade.
$10, right?
$9.99, people.
Every trade, $10.
Well, the first trade. They're now, volume teams are all now 14.
Oh.
for Image.
I don't buy trades. I don't.
With that said, though, the whole point of a fucking trade paperback
It's cheaper.
is cheaper.
Yeah.
$1 is not cheap enough for me to be 8 months behind.
Is it like a foil cover trade?
No. Here's even the worst part. Iron Man, when it comes out, it will be hardback, which means it's actually going to cost me $5 more.
No.
Thank you. So when the trade paperback comes out, the single issues will be at issue 8 when the trade paperback comes out, hardback. The soft will come out when the single issues are at 12.
Bullshit. No.
So fuck you. So here's what happened, Marvel. I was going to get a whole bunch of your trades. Amazing Hulk, Totally Awesome Hulk, all these Hercules, all the things I don't usually read, but I liked well enough. Now, y'all can go fuck yourselves. I will get single issue of Iron Man, Daredevil, and X-Men. That is the only now Marvel books I will purchase. So instead of buying all this shit via trade paperback, right here, buddy.
That's 2 birds for free.
Double bird you. Actually, no, I'm going to charge you $1 more for the left one. What's on your pull list?
So I only read 5 books today, and one of them was actually from last week, so
Okay.
I don't even know if that counts. But since I'm trying to save money to fix my computer, I was like, I gotta.
That's fair.
So I read All New X-Men number 7, as did you. Did you read it?
No, because I don't have issues 2 through 6 yet.
Oh,
They're on hold for me at the shop.
Okay.
I haven't got them yet, though.
Okay. I read Batman 50
Oh, okay.
because I didn't read it last week, but I was like, it's a good issue. I should probably read it. Well, it's a pivotal issue. I should probably read it. I don't know if I would say good.
Anticlimactic for me for an ending
Yeah.
to Snyder's run.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's still 1 or 2 issues, right?
Well, he's not doing issue 52.
No, but there's still 1 or 2 more issues that are coming out before it resets, right?
52. All
Yeah.
books reset at 52. So, yeah.
And then I read Delete number 1.
Does this have werewolf rape in it again?
No.
Okay.
No.
That I'm listening.
No, that was a different book.
I know it was.
Yeah, okay. And then I read this fucking random book called Gingerdead Man. And there's 2 issues out so far, and I read both of them.
Do you only shop Aspen now? Like, what is this?
It's not even Aspen.
Action Labs?
It's Action Lab. It totally is Action Lab.
All right, tell me. I want to talk to you about issue 50, but tell me about your Action Labs.
Okay. So, Gingerdead Man. I can't even believe I'm talking about a comic called this. So, there's a new drug on the street called concoction?
Let's go with
Confection.
Okay.
Because if you take it straight, it fries your brain. But if you eat it when it's baked into something, like a confection, then it gives you a nice mellow high.
Like confectioner sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this gang that gets a hold of a bunch of it, and they break into this abandoned old bakery to make some, like cookies and things like that. 2 of the people in the gang are left behind to clean up the place while everybody else goes to get like ingredients, stuff like that. They find an old box that has some, I guess, cookie dough in it, which is weird. But so they throw some of this confection into it, and they bake it. It turns out that other things in the box belonged to a serial killer who was killed. So it comes out to be this murderous gingerbread man.
Okay.
Fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
So the book's just completely over the top. Like, he's gonna do like whatever he can. So he's like, at one point he uses cookie dough to make a gingerbread woman so he can have sex with her.
Oh, that just makes sense to me.
Yeah, and it's just, so he's just like this murdering rampage. It's over the top, goofy. I'm like, is this a real thing? But there's multiple issues coming out of
So
it.
here's my question: are you in for issue 3?
Absolutely. Because at this point, I'm like, what else can they do to top what they did in these first two
Right.
issues?
Now I need to see what else you're gonna do.
So at the end of issue 2, Gingerdead Man
Okay.
realizes what happened because he's trying to kill somebody, and the guy like bites his arm off, and the guy gets completely wasted and dies because of overexposure to the drug. So the guy's like, there's something to this. So now he's made himself an entire gingerdead army of little gingerbread men and like a gingerbread dragon and like all this kind of shit because he knows that they're all like poisonous to people. So he's like,
That just sounds
Send these little pawns out to just kill people.
That sounds delicious.
Right? So I'm like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, 2 issues out so far. I'll get number 3 when it comes out.
So Action Labs does have some like heavy hitter writers. Is this written by anybody in particular?
It's not a name I recognize.
Okay.
So I can't even come up with it off the top of my head.
Let's talk about Batman 50 real fast,
Okay.
and we'll call this a week. So for those of you who aren't familiar, for the past 50 issues, Zack Snyder and Greg Capullo have been doing an amazing job on Batman.
Absolutely.
This is the end of Super Heavy, which means Jim Gordon is no longer going to be Batman. This is the end of Mr. Bloom.
Yep.
This is Return of Bruce Wayne. Like this is it. This
Yeah.
is the issue.
Right.
And it fell real flat for me.
It kind of did, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Jim Gordon's out there fighting Bloom, getting the shit kicked out of him. All of a sudden, Bruce Wayne shows up in a new Batman suit, which is very much a takeoff of Jim Gordon's Batman suit.
Yep. And we also find out Batman is now stronger, faster, and smarter than he ever has been.
So when he went through the rebirth, I don't remember what they called it. They referred to it as something. Essentially, he was dead. He was like brain dead, and he injected all the Batman memory back into himself. It repaired his body not only mentally, but all of the physical damage that's been done through years and years of
The
Batman.
broken bones, the scars, it's all gone.
So he's now the best Batman that's ever existed. Which I feel like he already was. But so
The big thing for me that I took away from this, what the fuck is the deal with Duke?
I don't know. I could have gone and had that whole thing just not.
I agree.
That whole scene was weird. Like finding out that his friend was the guy that originally made the bloom seeds didn't pan out to anything at all.
But, well, I mean, I get it because he was always with Gordon. Like, he was Gordon's right hand.
Yeah.
But with Duke, the way he talked about it was like he was going to take him under his wing as a new Robin.
Well, and I think that's where it's going because he got an invitation from Batman.
But is he going to be a new Robin? I mean, in 2 issues,
Well,
we are Robin, Duke, and all them are nowhere to be seen or even discussed.
So he's not in the rebirth at all?
Nope.
That we know of? Okay.
All the issues we've seen show Damian as Robin, Tim Drake in a mix between his Red Robin and his old Robin suit, Nightwing back, Batwoman's now front and center detective, spoilers on the cover. We know
Duke Thomas is Oracle.
What's that? Oh, shut up. That's it. I'm done talking. You all have a good week. Goodbye.
See you next time.